like the gravity of what's happening right now is insane. Like my brother lives in a quiet, small area. There's already been stabbings because the gas station was running out of gas. Another friend of mine told me that her friends had to leave their home near Asheville because the homes next door were already getting looted. Like, it's pure craziness. Like I can't even imagine, and I'm completely helpless and stuck. I'm from the East Coast of the state, born there. That's why my family's there, and I go all the time. I was supposed to be going up again soon, and obviously, I don't know when that's going to be now, but I just want to get my mom out. And if you can help, there are lots of fake resource like links and stuff. Please vet them. If you're in North Carolina, there's a lot of places taking donations for it to take there. Everything's by air right now into a lot of places. But just be really careful on Facebook if you're going to donate or anything like that. Make sure it's legit, because there's a lot of fake links and fake PayPal, like donation things going around. So just please, if you can help. And yeah, just be really careful about where you're sending your stuff to. And thank you for anybody who's doing anything about it.
Crazy stories continue to pour out of North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. And at the time of this recording, they just updated the death toll to 215 people. Now, I think the death toll is way higher, but as of right now, they say they can't even identify half of these bodies, and there's still hundreds upon hundreds of people who are still missing and unaccounted for. There's this one story, though, in South Carolina that was really heartbreaking, and it caught my eye. I want to talk to you all about that story real quick. Under the cover of night on September 27th, high winds and hard rain stirred Jerry and Marcia Savage from slumber inside their one-story Beach Island home. It also rattled their 22-year-old grandson in the living room, where he had been keeping watch on the inland South Carolina home where the couple had lived since 1975. The storm was moving in, and it was moving fast. About 4 a.m., he ran to his grandparents' room, where they were in bed with their small dog. He just wanted to check on them and make sure that they were okay. The couple's daughter, Tammy Estep of Aiken County, says, "They were shaken but alive at the time." Little did anyone know, about an hour after they reportedly fell back asleep, a tree would crash through the roof of their home, killing the seniors in bed. My daddy was on top of my mama, hugging her, trying to protect her. The coroner had to pull them apart. So that's just one of hundreds of different heartbreaking stories that we're hearing in this region of America right now. And I mean, the one thing that I keep hearing from everyone is that the help that they're getting is mainly coming from their neighbors. It's mainly coming from regular people. And the people who are out there trying to help, they all seem to be on the same page saying the same thing, that FEMA and other government agencies are stopping them from saving lives, stopping them from delivering supplies, and you name it. So we have it's a tragic situation, obviously, but now we got some shady stuff going on that we got to talk about, that we got to bring attention to. Because if our government is going to fail us and not provide the help that they should be providing, then at the very least, they need to step to the side and allow us to help each other. Because if you're not going to do your job, we pay all of this money in taxes for them to do their job. If they're not going to do their job, then at the very least, step down, step aside, and allow people to help each other. Because right now, they are stopping people from saving lives. There are people who are dying that had no business dying from the storm, all because the government is botching the response as they always do. But before I go any further with this rant, Because listen, this story and stories like this, they always get my blood boiling. I want you all to hear from other people that have been affected in these areas. You've heard from one woman about what her family's going through. The looting is starting, violence. I've seen videos of altercations at the gas pump. And this is happening not just in North Carolina, other places as well. But let's go ahead and roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
What the government is doing right now to the entire state of North Carolina and Tennessee is nothing short of just plain awful. Like, I do not physically have the words for it, because if you don't know, we have not heard from my aunt since Friday because of Hurricane Helene, and there is no government aid. None. Zero. Zilch. There's a few, but it's small government offices mainly run by civilians. Because you want to know what's happening right now in North Carolina and Tennessee? There are entire towns that there is no way in or out. Those roads are not drivable because of the mudslides and the power lines and the downed trees. There are doctors right now physically walking across that because their cars can't get through to go help these people, to go check on these people. There's a mudslide by my aunt's house because she lives on a mountain. She lives in the middle of it. There are currently civilians digging that mudslide out with their bare fucking hands. That's what's happening right now. There is no power. There is no water. They have no supplies. And the government is currently trying to arrest people who are delivering supplies via helicopter. They are threatening to arrest those people. They are threatening to arrest people who are trying to fucking help people survive. My aunt is 70 years old with mobility issues. And you want to know what the government's fucking doing? Jack shit. But you want to know what the civilians, the people here in America are doing? I have had several people on this platform alone reach out to me and go, oh, this person, this doctor's going there. I'll tell them and they'll tell the fire department. I'll put the word into all these shelters. I'll do this. There is somebody right now in Burnsville, North Carolina. His name is Warren. And he himself, he's a real fucking hero, I'll tell you that. He got together a list. He went door to door to people's houses to make sure that they were okay. Door to door. Wrote their names on a list and posted it on Facebook so families could see if their family members were alive or not. His wife is currently making food for everybody. And you want to know what the government is doing? You want to know what Kamala Harris is doing right now? You want to know what Joe Biden's doing? Joe Biden said we're doing all that we can for North Carolina. Kamala Harris is currently having a fundraiser for her campaign in LA and Las Vegas. Not for the people in North Carolina or Tennessee. For her fucking campaign. Fuck them.
If you go look on social media right now, there are hundreds of missing persons posts. You will be overwhelmed by the amount of missing persons posts that are all over social media. I'm talking grandparents, fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, kids, children. I'm talking 7 years old, toddlers, babies, missing, unaccounted for still a week out from this storm. Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found at all. Meanwhile, the people who are actually risking their lives, stepping up, even though it's not their job to do so, trying to help find these people, they're being stopped. They're being stopped and lives are out. I can't help but think about the fact that there's people out there in the freaking mountains who have been out there for about a week now, who may have, by the graces of God, survived this insane storm, and they're waiting for help, and help isn't coming. And it's like help is waiting at the bottom of these mountains wanting to save them, but our government is saying no. Now, listen, it would be one thing if our government is coming there like, no, we don't need your help. We got this under control. But they very obviously don't have this under control. That's what needs to be understood here. If they're like, hey, we don't need your helicopters. I'm sorry, guys. We don't want y'all to be put in danger. We got this under control, and they were doing their job, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But you can hear from the people there themselves that, listen, no one's stepping in to save these people's lives. So that's why we're having the conversation of, hey, why are you stopping people from doing your job if you're not going to do the job yourself? Because this is a matter of life and death. You know, this isn't, I mean, this isn't like something to be played around with. This isn't something where, hey, we can wait 4 or 5 days before we actually get around to doing something. No, something needs to be done immediately. Like, we shouldn't even still be talking about this here today, a week out from the storm, yet here we are, right? It's just, I almost have no words for this. Even right now, as we speak, there's still an opportunity to go out there and save some of these people that are stranded. A lot of them are like trying to signal helicopters with mirrors and pieces of glass. Some of them are making SOS signs in the mountain with broken pieces of wood and stuff that's come from the houses that are no longer there. You know what I mean? And we have an opportunity here to where a lot of these people who are missing and unaccounted for, they can be accounted for and they can be found. But I think time is running out. Now, in this video and in my videos, I'm going to do what I can to show you all some of these faces and names of these people who are missing. So if you happen to, by any chance, because you never know who's watching, if you happen to have heard or know about where these people are, then contact some of the numbers that you'll see in this video so we can reunite these people with their families. But for now, I want to know what you all think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.